The Coalition, a conglomerate of advanced alien civilizations, had long dominated the known universe, believing they had cataloged every significant sentient species. Their surprise at finding another sentient species was surpassed only by their astonishment at humanity's rapid technological advancements, which seemed to have sprung from nowhere. Commander Lyrian of the Zolarian fleet stood aboard his flagship, the Zenith, as it drifted through the void towards the Sol system. Reports from scouts indicated a peculiar mix of caution and curiosity from the humans. Lyrian's mission, to establish contact and evaluate the potential threat or alliance with this new species. The journey had been long, and the Zolarian crew was on edge, anticipating the unknown. As the Zenith entered the orbit of Earth, Lyrian marveled at the blue-green planet. It was teeming with life, a stark contrast to the barren worlds often encountered in deep space. The humans' ingenuity was evident even from space, with their satellites and space stations orbiting their homeworld. Humanity's representative, Captain Sarah Mitchell, awaited their arrival aboard the ISS Hope, a massive space station that showcased human engineering prowess. The initial meeting was tense. Captain Mitchell's steely gaze and unwavering posture reflected humanity's resilience. She was flanked by a delegation of Earth's finest diplomats and scientists, each representing different facets of their society. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation and a hint of distrust, as centuries of human history had taught them to be wary of the unknown. "Welcome, Commander Lyrian," Mitchell greeted, her voice steady but cautious. "We hope this meeting marks the beginning of a mutually beneficial relationship." Lyrian, with his reptilian features and shimmering scales, inclined his head. "We come in peace, Captain Mitchell, seeking knowledge and understanding. The Coalition is vast, and we are eager to learn about your people." Negotiations began, with Lyrian underestimating the humans' determination to protect their home. The discussions were thorough, covering everything from technological exchange to cultural practices. Lyrian noted the humans' adaptability and their ability to quickly grasp complex concepts. The humans, in turn, were fascinated by the Coalition's advanced technologies and the diversity of its member species. The Zenith and the ISS Hope became the epicenters of a burgeoning relationship, with delegations traveling back and forth. Each side was careful, aware that a misstep could lead to conflict. Yet, despite the cautious approach, there was a sense of excitement, a feeling that they were standing on the brink of something monumental. Dr. Aidan Cooper, a renowned xenobiologist, was among the first humans to visit the Coalition's capital, Zolaria Prime. Cooper was a man driven by curiosity and a profound respect for all forms of life. He had spent years studying Earth's ecosystems, and now he was eager to learn about alien biology. Upon his arrival, Cooper was paired with Dr. Kalin, an esteemed Zolarian scientist known for his work on interspecies genetics. Kalin's appearance, with his translucent skin and bioluminescent markings, was initially startling to Cooper, but they quickly found common ground in their shared passion for science. "Dr. Cooper, welcome to Zolaria Prime," Kalin greeted, his voice resonating with a melodic tone. "I have prepared a tour of our research facilities. I believe you will find our work both intriguing and enlightening." "Thank you, Dr. Kalin," Cooper replied, shaking off his initial surprise. "I'm eager to see how our sciences compare and what we can learn from each other." The two scientists delved into their work, sharing insights and methodologies. Cooper was particularly fascinated by the Coalition's medical advancements, which far surpassed anything humanity had developed. He was introduced to new concepts in genetics, biotechnology, and even space medicine. As the exchanges continued, the Coalition learned of humanity's history, a tale of war, perseverance, and unyielding spirit. They were introduced to Earth's rich cultural tapestry, its art, music, literature, and philosophy. The Coalition delegates were amazed by humanity's creativity and resilience, traits that had enabled them to thrive despite their relatively late entry into the interstellar community. On Earth, Coalition members were equally celebrated. Cultural festivals were organized, showcasing the diverse traditions of Coalition species. Humans were introduced to alien cuisines, languages, and customs, broadening their understanding of the galaxy. There were challenges, of course. Misunderstandings and cultural faux pas were inevitable, but they were met with patience and a willingness to learn. Dr. Cooper and Dr. Kalen's friendship blossomed, serving as a microcosm of the growing bond between their civilizations. They co-authored several research papers, combining their knowledge to make groundbreaking discoveries. Their work not only advanced science, but also became a symbol of what could be achieved through cooperation and mutual respect. Despite the burgeoning friendship between humanity and the Coalition, not all Coalition members welcomed humanity with open arms. The militaristic Crythorans, a warlike species with a long history of conflict, viewed humans as a potential threat rather than allies. High General Corran, leader of the Crythoran forces, was particularly vocal in his opposition. The humans are unpredictable and dangerous, Corran argued in a heated Coalition Council meeting. His crimson scales shimmered under the council chamber's lights, and his piercing yellow eyes scanned the assembly. They have a history of war and aggression. We cannot afford to let our guard down. Tensions rose as Crythoran warships began conducting aggressive maneuvers near human territories. They tested the boundaries of the uneasy truce, probing for weaknesses. Diplomatic channels buzzed with frantic communications, each side trying to prevent an all-out war while standing firm on their positions. Captain Sarah Mitchell and Commander Lyrian worked tirelessly to maintain peace. They convened emergency meetings, drafted joint statements, and reassured their respective governments of their commitment to avoid conflict. Yet, in the shadows, Corran plotted a devastating strike to neutralize what he saw as a growing threat. Corran's fleet, poised at the edge of the Sol system, waited for his command. He believed that a swift, decisive attack would cripple humanity's ability to retaliate and force the Coalition to reconsider their stance. "Prepare for engagement," Corran ordered, his voice cold and resolute. "We will show them the might of the Crytharans." Corran's strike came without warning. Crytharan warships descended upon the Martian colony, decimating its defenses within hours. The attack was brutal and swift, leaving little time for the Martian settlers to react. Buildings were reduced to rubble, and the colony's infrastructure was severely damaged. The Coalition was thrust into a crisis as humanity demanded justice. Earth's response was swift and fierce. The newly formed United Earth Fleet, led by Admiral Marcus Kane, launched a counterattack. Kane, a seasoned strategist with a reputation for his unyielding determination, mobilized his forces with precision. "All units engage at full capacity," Kane commanded from the bridge of the UNS Indomitable, the flagship of the fleet. "We must drive them back and secure our colonies." The battle over Mars was brutal, showcasing humanity's tactical brilliance and tenacity. The Earth fleet, though smaller in number, used innovative strategies and advanced weaponry to outmaneuver the Crythorans. Fighters darted through space, engaging in dogfights with Crythoran ships, while larger vessels exchanged heavy fire. Admiral Kane's flagship spearheaded the counterattack, targeting the Crytharan command ship. The Indomitable's advanced shields and weaponry gave it a crucial edge. Kane's voice, calm yet authoritative, guided his crew through the chaos. "Focus fire on their propulsion systems," Kane ordered. "We need to cripple their mobility." The Crythorans, led by Corran himself, fought back fiercely. Their ships were heavily armored and packed with firepower. Yet, Corran underestimated the humans' resolve. Their ingenuity in battle tactics and their willingness to make sacrifices proved decisive. Amid the chaos, Captain Mitchell coordinated with Commander Lyrian, who had defied his orders to support the humans. Lyrian's Zalarian fleet arrived just in time to reinforce the beleaguered Earth forces, turning the tide of the battle. "Commander Lyrian, your assistance is invaluable," Mitchell transmitted, her relief palpable. "Together we can end this." With combined efforts, the Earth and Zalarian fleets managed to push back the Crythorans. The battle reached its climax as the Indomitable launched a daring boarding action on Corran's flagship. Elite human marines alongside Zalarian warriors stormed the vessel, engaging in fierce close-quarters combat. In the heat of the battle, Corran and Admiral Kane faced each other. Blades clashed and energy shields flared as they fought for supremacy. Corran's arrogance proved his undoing. Kane, driven by the need to protect his people, fought with a ferocity that Corran could not match. With a final decisive strike, Kane incapacitated the Cretharan general, signaling the end of the immediate threat. The battle over Mars left deep scars, not just physically, but also politically within the coalition. Diplomatic relations were strained to the breaking point as both sides sought to find a way forward. Amidst the chaos, a shadowy figure emerged. Agent Lexa, a human operative with a mysterious past and exceptional skills in espionage. Lexa had been embedded within the coalition for years, gathering intelligence and assessing threats. Her sources indicated that the Cretharan attack was not merely an act of aggression, but part of a larger, more sinister plot to destabilize the coalition and use humanity as the scapegoat. Determined to uncover the truth, Lexa embarked on a mission deep within Cretharan space. She infiltrated Cretharan ranks, her keen instincts and advanced technology allowing her to move undetected. Posing as a rogue traitor, Lexa navigated the treacherous underworld of Cretharan society, piecing together fragments of information. She discovered a conspiracy that extended beyond Corran's ambitions, involving high-ranking officials from multiple coalition species. Lexa's investigation led her to a hidden Cretharan outpost where she encountered Jarek, a disillusioned Cretharan officer. Jarek, once loyal to Corran, had grown skeptical of the general's extreme methods and the true motives behind the attack on Mars. Recognizing Lexa's skill and determination, he decided to aid her, driven by a desire to uncover the truth and restore honor to his people. "You're playing a dangerous game, human," Jarek warned as they navigated the dimly lit corridors of the outpost. "But if what you say is true, then we have no choice but to work together." As they delved deeper into the conspiracy, Lexa and Jarek uncovered evidence of a rogue faction within the coalition. This faction, led by Dralcor, a former coalition scientist twisted by ambition and power, sought to overthrow the existing order and establish their dominance. They had orchestrated the Cretharan attack to sow discord and weaken the coalition from within. With evidence in hand, Lexa and Jarek raced against time to expose the conspiracy. They reached out to Dr. Kalin and Dr. Cooper, who had been working tirelessly to mend relations between their species. The scientists were initially skeptical, but the compelling evidence presented by Lexa and Jarek convinced them of the grave threat. "We must act quickly," Lexa urged during a secret meeting held in the depths of the ISS Hope. "If we don't expose Dralcor and his faction, the entire coalition could fall into chaos." Dr. Kalin, with his extensive network within the coalition's scientific community, and Dr. Cooper, leveraging his connections on Earth, began to disseminate the information discreetly. They worked tirelessly to rally support from key figures within the coalition, emphasizing the need for unity in the face of this internal threat. Meanwhile, Admiral Marcus Kane prepared the Earth fleet for a potential full-scale war. He knew humanity could not withstand a united coalition assault, and every second counted. Kane's strategic mind worked tirelessly, developing contingency plans and readying his forces for any eventuality. "The truth must come to light," Kane said to his officers, "but we must be ready for the worst. Prepare the fleet for immediate deployment." In a daring move, Lexa and Jarek presented their findings to the Coalition Council. The revelation sent shockwaves through the assembly, forcing the members to confront the internal threat. High General Corran, still recovering from his defeat, vehemently denied any involvement, but the evidence against him and his faction was damning. Commander Lyrian and Captain Mitchell stood united, urging the council to see reason. They proposed a joint task force to root out the rogue elements and restore trust between humanity and the coalition. "We cannot let fear and mistrust tear us apart," Mitchell argued passionately. "We must stand together against those who seek to divide us." Reluctantly, the council agreed. Corran was stripped of his command, and a coalition of human and alien forces was formed to hunt down the conspirators. This task force, a symbol of the newfound unity between humanity and the coalition, embarked on a perilous mission to bring Dralcor and his followers to justice. The coalition council was in turmoil. Accusations flew as members debated their next course of action. The chamber, A grand hall filled with representatives from dozens of species was alive with heated arguments and fervent discussions. High General Corrin, despite his vehement denials, could not escape the damning evidence against him and his faction. "We must act decisively," urged one representative from the Seraphi, a bird-like species known for their wisdom. "The integrity of the coalition is at stake." Commander Lyrian and Captain Mitchell stood united, urging the Council to see reason and act swiftly. Their combined leadership and the undeniable proof provided by Lexa and Yarrick added weight to their arguments. "The humans have shown remarkable resilience and a desire for peace," Lyrian argued, his voice calm but firm. "We cannot allow a rogue element to destroy the progress we have made." After hours of intense debate, the Council reached a decision. Corrin was stripped of his command and placed under arrest, pending further investigation. A coalition of human and alien forces was formed to hunt down the remaining conspirators and dismantle their operations. "We propose a joint task force," Captain Mitchell said, her eyes scanning the assembly. "This is not just a human issue or a coalition issue. It affects us all. Let us stand together against those who seek to divide us." Reluctantly, the Council agreed. The task force was to be led by Captain Mitchell and Commander Lyrian, symbolizing the new alliance between humanity and the coalition. The decision marked a turning point, signaling a commitment to unity and mutual trust. The hidden base was located in the shadow of a dying star, its gravitational pull and radiation making it a formidable location. The task force had to approach with extreme caution, utilizing advanced stealth technology to avoid detection. Lexa and Yarrick coordinated the infiltration team, their expertise in espionage and combat proving invaluable. They were tasked with penetrating the base's defenses and gathering intelligence on Dralcor's plans. "Stay sharp and stick to the plan," Lexa instructed her team as they prepared for the mission. "We have one chance to get this right." Inside the base, the infiltrators encountered sophisticated traps and heavily armed guards. The base was a labyrinth of corridors and secure chambers, each one posing a new challenge. Lexa's keen instincts and Yarrick's intimate knowledge of Krytheran tactics allowed them to navigate the dangers. As the task force breached the inner sanctum, they discovered Dralcor in a heavily fortified command center. He was surrounded by loyal followers and advanced weaponry. The rogue scientist's ambitions were laid bare. He intended to use a doomsday device capable of annihilating entire star systems to force the coalition into submission. "We must disable that device at all costs," Commander Lyrian said, his determination evident. "If Dralcor activates it, countless lives will be lost." The task force launched a coordinated assault on the command center. The battle was fierce, with energy weapons and explosions filling the air. Captain Mitchell led the charge, her tactical brilliance and unyielding spirit inspiring her troops. Meanwhile, Lexa and Yarrick worked frantically to disable the doomsday device. The complex machinery and encrypted systems presented a formidable challenge, but their combined skills and determination kept them focused. "We're running out of time," Yarrick warned as they bypassed another security measure. "We need to shut it down now." With seconds to spare, they successfully deactivated the device. The command center was secured, and Dralcor and his followers were apprehended. The task force had triumphed, but not without significant losses. As the dust settled, Captain Mitchell and Commander Lyrian stood together, reflecting on the mission's success and the sacrifices made. The task force had proven that unity and cooperation could overcome even the most formidable challenges. "We did it," Mitchell said, her voice tinged with relief and exhaustion. "We stopped him." "But the cost was high," Lyrian replied, his eyes scanning the damage. "We must honor those who gave their lives for this victory." Dralcor's ultimate weapon, a doomsday device capable of annihilating entire star systems, loomed ominously in the center of the command chamber. The device, a monstrous amalgamation of advanced technology and dark energy, pulsed with a malevolent glow. The task force had to disable it before it could be activated. Captain Mitchell and Commander Lyrian led the assault, their forces engaging Dralcor's loyalists in intense combat. Energy blasts and explosions filled the air as the task force pressed forward, determined to stop Dralcor at all costs. The battle was fierce, with both sides sustaining heavy casualties. Amidst the chaos, Lexa and Yarek infiltrated the control room, their mission to disable the doomsday device. The control room was a labyrinth of complex machinery and encrypted systems, each one posing a new challenge. Lexa's expertise in technology and Yarek's intimate knowledge of Krytheran tactics proved invaluable as they worked together to bypass security measures and disarm the device. "Stay focused," Lexa urged, her fingers flying over the control panel. "We can't afford any mistakes." Yarek nodded, his eyes scanning the schematics. "We're almost there, just a few more steps." Meanwhile, Captain Mitchell and Commander Lyrian confronted Dralcor. The rogue scientist, realizing his plan was unraveling, activated the device's countdown timer. The room filled with a low, ominous hum as the device began to power up. "You are too late," Dralcor sneered, his eyes gleaming with madness. "The device will wipe out entire star systems. The coalition will fall, and I will rise from the ashes." "Not if we can help it," Mitchell retorted, her voice steely with resolve. She lunged at Dralcor, her combat training and determination giving her an edge. Lyrian joined the fray, his agile movements and precision strikes complementing Mitchell's brute force. Together, they overpowered Dralcor, subduing him and securing the control room. "Lexa, Yarek, we need that device shut down now," Mitchell shouted over the comms. "We're on it," Lexa replied, her voice tense but determined. "Just a few more seconds." With seconds to spare, Lexa and Yarek successfully deactivated the doomsday device. The ominous hum ceased, and the room fell silent. The task force had prevailed, but the cost had been high. Many lives were lost in the battle, and the physical and emotional toll was immense. With the doomsday device deactivated and Dralcor's forces subdued, the task force began the process of securing the base and tending to the wounded. The aftermath of the battle was a somber reminder of the sacrifices made to achieve victory. Captain Mitchell and Commander Lyrian stood amidst the rubble, surveying the damage. The once imposing command center now lay in ruins, a testament to the fierce struggle that had taken place. Despite the devastation, there was a sense of relief and triumph. "We did it," Mitchell said, her voice weary but resolute. "We stopped him." Lyrian nodded, his eyes reflecting a mix of exhaustion and determination. "But the cost was high. We must honor those who gave their lives for this victory." As the task force secured the remaining conspirators, they uncovered more details about Dralcor's plans. His ambitions had extended far beyond the coalition. He had intended to create a new order under his rule, using the doomsday device to enforce his dominance. The discovery of these plans further solidified the need for unity and vigilance within the coalition. The Coalition Council reconvened to address the aftermath of the conspiracy. Representatives from all member species, including humanity, gathered to discuss the path forward. The council chambers were filled with a renewed sense of purpose and a commitment to prevent such a threat from arising again. Admiral Marcus Kane and Captain Mitchell were honored for their leadership and bravery, and the members of the task force were recognized for their heroism. Lexa and Yarek, whose efforts had been instrumental in disabling the doomsday device, were commended for their courage and skill. "We must learn from this," Admiral Kane said in his address to the Council. "The sacrifices made here today remind us of the importance of unity and cooperation. We must remain vigilant and work together to protect our future." Dr. Kalin and Dr. Cooper continued their joint scientific endeavors, advancing technology and medicine for all. Their work, which had been interrupted by the conflict, resumed with renewed vigor. They saw their collaboration as a symbol of what could be achieved when different species worked together for a common goal. Cultural exchanges between humanity and the coalition flourished, fostering mutual understanding and respect. Festivals and joint ventures celebrated the diversity and unity of the coalition, creating bonds that would endure for generations. The aftermath of the conspiracy left the coalition and humanity with much to rebuild. Efforts focused on repairing the damage and strengthening the bonds between species. The victory over Dralcor had shown what was possible when they worked together, and both sides were determined to forge a stronger alliance. Dr. Kalin and Dr. Cooper spearheaded joint scientific endeavors, advancing technology and medicine for all. The breakthrough discoveries made during their collaboration on interspecies genetics led to new medical treatments that benefited both humans and aliens alike. The advancements in biotechnology and space medicine drastically improved the quality of life within the coalition. Cultural exchanges flourished, with humans and aliens traveling freely between worlds. Earth's rich history and diverse cultures fascinated coalition members, while humans marveled at the customs and traditions of their alien allies. Music, art, and literature from various species were shared, creating a vibrant tapestry of galactic culture. On Earth, coalition members were welcomed as honored guests. Cultural festivals celebrated the diversity of the coalition, featuring alien cuisines, languages, and customs. These events fostered a sense of unity and mutual respect, breaking down the barriers of fear and misunderstanding that had once existed.